Hello everyone, I am Roger Blankenship. In case you missed the details in the introduction, I've been investing in real estate since 2002. Along the way, I've been a part of more than 2,000 property transactions, including just over 1,500 fix and flip properties. Out of that experience, in 2017, I founded the radio show and then podcast, Flipping America. In the next few minutes, I want to talk to you about something that I've been involved in for the last 3 years that has become one of my favorite go-to methods for investing in real estate. But first, let me ask you a couple of questions. Question number one, are you having difficulties finding deals? Question two, are you looking for cash flow properties that actually, cash flow? Imagine investing cash into a property, sitting back and watching it produce income. Now, imagine making great returns while providing affordable housing. That's what we're going to talk about in the next few minutes, and let's begin by letting me show you some examples. Kim bought this house for $20,000, sold it for $70,000. That's $110,000 over 10 years and a 45% AAR. AAR. Now, if you watch the introductory segment, you probably saw that a little bit, but I know that some of you may be asking, what is this AAR, or average annual return? Return on investment is profit divided by investment. It's represented by the formula P over I. Since time is involved, since the property is being paid off over time, we have to include that. And so to calculate our return, we take the property divided by the investment, then divide that by the time. Now look, I don't want to get a lot into the weeds here, and the math people are going to get it, and the non-math people are going to need a little bit more time with this, but you can watch the video again if you want to, but let's see how it works out in this one. Kim bought this house for $20,000, sold it for $70,000, $110,000. That's a $90,000 profit. So a $90,000 profit over the $20,000 investment, that's 450%. Sounds awesome, right? Well, first you have to divide it by the years, and so you end up with 45%. That's pretty simple. I think that you can get your head around that, but the thing I want you to get your head around is, where can you go and invest in real estate and make a 45% return? Okay, let's keep going. Joyce bought this house for $24,000, sold it for $63,000. It's a 31% return, and it's in Gaston, Alabama. Carol bought this house in Jamesport, Missouri for $20,000, sold it for $55,000, making a 23% average annual return. Chip bought this one for $17,000 in Johnstown, Pennsylvania, sold it for $38,000, 24% average annual return. Latrez bought this house in Mott, North Dakota. We affectionately refer to this one as the Pepto-Bismol house around here. But she sold it for $38,000 and is making a 14% return. And we consider that a bit of a disappointment, but it happens sometimes. And I'm showing you the good and the bad here. Tammy and Mike bought this house for $16,000, sold it for $25,000 over a 5-year term, and so they're making a 9% average annual return. Emily bought this house for $27,000. She put $30,000 into repairs, flipped it for $145,000, and made a 154% return on investment. This is in Pittsfield, Illinois. We did this over 150 times last year. But what is this? This is what we call the BOR method. BOR stands for buy, owner finance, and repeat. That's buy with cash, owner finance, and repeat. The BOR method, and we call them BOR houses. Why did we give it a name? Well, because we were doing the BRRRR method before it had a name, and when it got a name, we thought that was pretty cool, so we thought we'd start off by giving this one a name. So it's the BOR method. Buy with cash, owner finance, and repeat. Well, how exactly does it work? First thing we do is we find a house, like this one in Steubenville, Ohio. We are looking for an inexpensive house, something that we can buy and sell for under $25,000. In this case, the member price on this house was $19,100. We studied the fair market rent in that neighborhood, and we concluded in this case the fair market rent was $875. We set a payment of about 75 to 80% of the fair market rate, and in this case, we decided on $675. Once we have all of this information, then we sell the house as is where is. We put a sign in the front yard. It's handwritten and it looks something like this. Seller financing, $675 a month, no banks, your pay stub is your credit, and we put a phone number. And you get a little extra credit if you know what the phone number BR549 means or where it came from. Anyway, you stick this in the yard and then you answer the phone, you screen the buyers, you do the paperwork, and boom, you have made a sale. And you have $675 coming in every month for the next 10 years. That's how it works. So why are we here? We're here because this is a great business model, but I can find more of these houses than I can buy. So what do I do? Well, what I'd like to do is mark them up a few dollars and sell them to you. And along the way, teach you how to use this business model that we've learned and developed over the last several years. I also want to tell you how if you want to be passive, you can hire us to do it all for you. You just put the money for the house and we'll handle everything else. We're going to get to that in a few minutes. Before we do, let's compare the two best known methods of investing in single-family housing, flips and rentals. Compare them with the BOR method. Okay, here's a flip that I did just last year. I put $129,000 into it, and we're basically analyzing what we can do with $130,000. With this $130,000, I bought one house. It took me 7 months, made $50,000. That's not bad. I would do that deal again because I can use that $50,000 to buy these BOR houses, but that's a different webinar. All right, you can also buy one rental house for $130,000. You're going to get $1,300 a month if you bought it right, and there's $11,700 per year in net profit, or a 9% return. Now, don't get too hung up on the return with rental properties. There are other reasons for owning rental properties long term. Again, outside the scope of this webinar, but we're just comparing the returns, and we're comparing flips, rents, and BOR. Now, we spent $130,000 on the flip and $130,000 on the rental. What can we do with $130,000 on the BOR? Here you go. With $131,000, you could have bought these 8 houses that are actually in our program and be making $56,000 per year. That's a 28% return, and get that for 10 years. So in other words, for the same money as you put into that flip, you could buy all 8 of these houses and make the flip income for the next 10 years. There are some no's in this business. There are no tenants, there are no taxes, no termites, no rehabs, no renters, and no repairs. Get the word tenant out of your vocabulary because we are teaching our occupants to become owners. So what is it we're offering in this little webinar? Here's a hint. It's not a course. We're not going to put you through some program, whack you on the back, say, good luck. No, it's not a boot camp. It's not a workshop. It's not a seminar. It is a private club for serious cash buyers. We call it the Flipping America Buyers Club. So right off the bat, let's hear from a couple of our current club members.
Hey there, Sharon and Hank Uloff from Uloff Creative. We are business coaches based in Sedona, Arizona. And we just wanted to thank Roger and his team. Emily, oh my God.
Yeah, she's pretty awesome. Hey, this has been a really cool way for us to invest in real estate. It's not perfect. There aren't hiccups, but it's a really smooth system the way they run it. And Roger's on top of stuff, and Emily is, again, absolutely amazing. So if you're looking for a way to invest in real estate without honestly spending a whole lot of money or investing a whole lot of money per unit, which is what captured our attention. We don't have to put $300,000, $400,000 down for one unit. We're able to spread that same investment over a larger database. This could be a way for you to make some good money. So enjoy it.
Some nice cash flow instead of, waiting for it to appreciate and all of that. That was the motivation for us.
Yeah. So thanks, Roger. We appreciate your system. Appreciate you.
And your team.
And everybody, again, we're Hank and Sharon Uloff in Sedona, Arizona. Have an amazing day.
So how does the club work? Our team finds a property. like this house in Steubenville, Ohio, that we considered earlier. We post it on a web page. We give it a price. Now, that price is a public price, and it's higher than the members' price, but members of the club have a login, and they will see their price, and it's always thousands of dollars less than we would sell this house to the general public. Once the property is posted on the website, we automatically send a text message and email to all of our club members, and somebody in the club will want to buy it, and they will take it. At that point, the club member buys the property from the website by taking out their credit card and giving us an earnest money deposit through the website. And after that is complete, a notification is sent to our team, and our team reaches out, and we do an e-sign contract for the entity transfer that will take place at closing. All of this is explained thoroughly inside the club. When you join the club, it comes with several things. Let's talk a little bit about some of the training. You're going to get an opportunity to understand our deal analysis process. In fact, we've put a little bit of a consumer face on the spreadsheet, and we send it to you, this spreadsheet itself. We call this spreadsheet the Bohr Property Analyzer, and what I'm going to do right now is show you how it works very simply. Of course, once you get the sheet, you can click for the video, and you can watch the video that explains the whole thing too. But I thought it would be fun if we just did this Steubenville, Ohio property. So Steubenville, one extra L there, Ohio. All right, now the fair market rent. We decided it was $875. The purchase price for the club is $19,100. The closing, we always allow $1,000 for closing. It doesn't always take $1,000. Sometimes it's more. So this is a pretty good average. And then $500 for repairs and holding. We don't really do any repairs to these properties. That's one of the beautiful things about this. But we do have some holding costs. We change the locks and get pictures taken. So we're all in it for $20,600. Now, we always try to get $2,000 down. We can change this number later and see the impact it may have on our returns, but that's what we're going for. And our payment was $675. And our term was going to be 10 years. And once we click out of that, we can see the results. A total income of $83,000, total net profit of $62,400, 302.91, that's over 10 years. But when we make it an average annual return, it's 30.29%. And this also backs into a selling price that we will use on the contract. And of course, there's an interest rate. We can change that. If you are interested in internal rate of return, that is available on this spreadsheet as well. You can look down and see that this property would yield a 41% internal rate of return, and that's pretty good. A lot of people don't really understand or use internal rate of return, but it's there if you do. We don't just stop with a spreadsheet. We're also going to give you property checklists that tell you everything you need to do in and around the property to get it on the market. And speaking of which, how to set the prices and how to market the property, where we go online and what we do for the resources to get the sign in the yard. We're going to show you exactly what to do with each property, and you'll be able to figure this out. And believe it or not, there's more than one outcome for each property possible. It's a combination of note and deed or installment land agreement, maybe sell the note, maybe flip the property. We help you figure that out. We're going to show you how to deal with the issues that arise in the property, and you'll be able to figure out whether you want to do it yourself or hire us in a done-for-you kind of situation. All of this information is going to stay available to you all the time. You're going to get a series of emails with links to videos, and everything that you need will always be right there so you can get back and refer to it at any time. Next, as a part of your membership, we're going to supply the properties. We're not going to send you out looking all over the world trying to find properties that fit this business model. You can if you want to, but I'm pretty sure you're not going to find them as well as we do. Why? Because we embark in a nationwide search every week. We have multiple people, multiple sources. I personally have access, VIP access to the online auction houses, some of them, and I'm a part of a VIP program. There are only 15 people involved nationwide. It took a lot to get into, but it gives me extraordinary access to auction properties. Plus, we get exclusive lists from lenders all across the country. The bottom line is we have thousands of possibilities to review every single week. We'll find properties that you may never find or know about, all inside the club. Then you get access to these properties anytime, anywhere. From your phone, from your tablet, from your computer. You have access in your pocket. You never miss a property because as soon as we post it, you'll get a text message ding. You can look at it from your phone and buy the property right then. We connect you with the resources that you need. If you ever need a title company, we have a national database. If you ever need local services, we have a lot, and we also can show you how we find them. That's for locks changed and photos made and so forth. If you need insurance, and you will need insurance, we can connect you with a national insurance provider that understands what we're doing and has just the right coverage for you. If you want a payment service to handle the collection of the payments so you don't have to fool with that, there you go. We'll connect you. And as well, if you want to sell the note, we are connected with note buyers. We even have an option for you to go apply for a loan to get purchase money. FlippingAmericaFunding.com. You can apply right there, and you can use that money to buy these houses if you wish. Membership also comes with a private Facebook page. What do you get on this? Well, this is a place where members ask other members questions. You can also ask us. Sell properties to each other. Do deals together. Share strategies, challenges, and successes. Then, through the Facebook private page, we provide ongoing training. When things change, when we come up with a new process or a new method, we'll share it with you there. Then, probably one of the biggest benefits for joining the club is you get my cell phone number. Okay, my number is not BR549. And it's no joke. You're going to get my real cell phone number, and very few people get my number because, I have this national radio show and millions of listeners. I don't give my number out, but I'm going to give it to you because I am committed to your success. And you'll be able to text me with your questions at any time. And I am good about answering the text. And I know that you may worry, well, what if hundreds of people join this club? Are you going to be besieged with questions? Not usually. New people have a lot of questions, and then after you've done one or two properties, you won't need me much anymore, and that's fine, but then you'll still have my number, okay? And then there's something I've always wanted to say, and so I put it in here because, I just want to say it. But wait, that's not all. It's possible we can do all of this for you. Let's talk a little bit about our optional services. We can prepare the property, we can market it, we can handle those issues, field the phone calls, screen the applicants, do the paperwork, send it over to you for final approval, and all you have to do is put up the money to buy it, go through the closing process with it, then sit back and start counting your money. We do our very best to make it easy and convenient for you, allowing you to focus on other priorities with your life. Now let me introduce you to a couple of key team members. Helen is our executive director, and you'll be in touch with her. You'll have her phone number as well. Emily is our closing coordinator, and you will be in touch with her as well, and you'll have her number as well. We have other people on the team, but these are the two that you will interact with, and you'll find them to be extraordinarily helpful. Everyone raves about how great they are, and you're going to love them. Now, I need to make you aware of the fact that there are downsides to this method. Every investing method has its downsides, and so here are the possible things that can go wrong with the BOR method. First of all, the house could be a bust. It's happened 2 times out of over 200 properties that the house was a total loss. Now, this was not deliberate, of course, not on our part anyway. We look at pictures. That's the only way we can review the properties. We can't go around the country and review all of these properties before bidding on them or buying them. And in a couple of cases, we've had damage that was just a lot more extensive than the pictures revealed. And we ended up donating the properties back to the local community for the fire department to practice on, and we took a tax write-off. We've had half a dozen other cases where the property was damaged more than we thought, and we had to take a discount. And I showed you one of those at the very beginning. So sometimes the house can be a problem. And I just need to say to you, if losing $15,000, even with the write-off, if that were to ruin you, this might not be the best thing for you to pursue. Then people can be a problem. Sometimes people have problems, sometimes people are the problem, but either way, I've noticed that I have people problems a lot less with this than I do with my rentals. Why? I think it's because these people are on their way to home ownership and take some measure of pride in that. Now, let's talk about how you could participate in this club. All you have to do is join the club and then BOR, buy, owner finance, and repeat. So what do you have to do to join the club? Well, it's not free. The cost of the club is $1,000 annually, but that fee is credited back to you when you buy your first house. So therefore, if you buy one house each year, your membership is free. Why do we do this? Well, I'm not interested so much in your $1,000 membership, but I am interested in serious buyers. And that brings up the next question. Why not just have a free buyers list? 2 words, serious buyers. I have to have serious buyers. We tried this with the buyers list, but I didn't realize that almost everyone on the list was a tire kicker and checking out. Like, sure, send me the email, I'll look at it. But if I have a list of tire kickers and curious, then I don't really know what I have. If I have a list of people who have paid for the privilege of being there and have indicated that they are a serious buyer, then I know what I have. And I put properties under contract accordingly. You see, I put properties under contract, I have to close. My reputation is on the line. My membership in the VIP program is on the line. If I put it under contract, I have to close. And occasionally, when we have demand from our club, I'll put more under contract than I have the cash to close on. So I'm relying on the club members to perform. I have to have serious buyers, and that's why we charge for the membership. Let's hear from another one of our members.
Hello, my name is Ronnie, and I'm a member of Roger Blankenship's Buyers Club. And if you're someone who is looking to get started in real estate investing, or if you're someone who's looking to grow your portfolio, your opportunity is here. Roger and his team do a great job putting you under their umbrella, and so if there's ever anything you need, they're right there to help out. I have bought 3 properties from Roger. The first one sold and is now cash flowing for $550 a month. The second one sold to the person who called the day that we put the sign in the yard. And the third house, it gets calls every day. So go ahead and do your due diligence and pull the trigger, because Roger Blankenship's Buyers Club is a pretty straight shot.
All right, thank you, Ronnie. And since that time, he has sold that 3rd house and bought a 4th house. The house that he bought was the Steubenville house that we've been showing during this video. Now, what if you could provide affordable houses, help people become homeowners, and make great returns? That's why I believe this is an amazing opportunity, because you can make great money and make a difference. All right. Here's how to join. Click on that link or take a screenshot of it and put that link in. It's real simple, bit.ly/join buyers club. That's all there is to it. Now, I'm going to leave this up here while I show you, it's going to go over there in the corner, but I'm going to show you a few more houses. Nina bought this house for $19,500 and is making a 29% AAR in Centerville, Illinois. Kim bought this house in Huntington, West Virginia for $21,500 and is making a 48% return. Now check this one out. Monica bought this house in Belleville, Illinois for $19,000. Look at this house. It's not beautiful. I wouldn't buy it to flip. I wouldn't buy it to rent. I wouldn't buy it to live in, but that's not the point. The point is there is somebody out there that is interested in living in this place for the price that Monica put it out there for, and she is making a 53% average annual return. The point here is the cash flow. If you want beautiful houses, maybe this is not the thing for you. If you want cash flow, you're at the right place. Now, I don't have an unlimited number of these houses. And so that means I can't take an unlimited number of club members, because I want to be able to provide enough inventory to satisfy everyone in the club. So when the club is filled, we shut the doors and the opportunity goes away, like this screen. Remember those questions we started out with at the beginning? Are you having trouble finding deals? We have some. Are you looking for cash flow properties that actually, cash flow? We have those too. Imagine investing cash into a property and sitting back and just watching it produce income. You don't have to imagine it anymore. You've seen it. Now imagine making great returns while providing affordable housing. Let's go make the world a better place. You can do that with the Flipping America Buyers Club. I look forward to working with you. See you soon.